Hi there. If I asked a room full of people what they would rather talk about, prayer or tooth decay, I wouldn't be at all surprised if the winning majority chose to talk about the benefits of regular flossing. It's that crazy. For many of us, prayer was something we were taught to do in order to get something else, right? That something else might have included a better day, a better job, a better outcome, a better future, or a better wife or husband. But in any case, prayer wasn't the thing, not by itself. Getting something because of it was the thing. Prayer was a little bit like calling heavenly room service. Cool. Pretty good deal, at least that's what I thought. However, lots of us have virtually stopped praying now because we found that prayer doesn't often give us the something else we wanted. In that way, it doesn't appear to work, at least not regularly. It's not dependable. Prayer has become more about disappointment than fulfillment. So how many of us who have been around a while really want to do it anymore, right? I mean, come on. How long do you stick with a strategy if it doesn't work? Why would you keep doing it? But before I was taught how to strategize my life by praying the right way, I accidentally got to know God in prayer. I found that God was like my own personal fountain of youth. Ponce de Leon was right. He just looked in the wrong place. God showed himself to be like a reviving spring of water that I could visit any time simply by taking a few steps away from the dry desert flatlands of the visible and temporary world toward the peaks of the invisible and the eternal. That's a big theme for me. My best expression before prayer was really profound. It was something like this. Okay, I really want to be with you. Or, here's my most succinct, I thirst. I'm thirsty. Prayer, I found, is more like jumping into the pool of the Spirit and less about directing the water. If prayer is going to be satisfying, let alone inviting, it has to provide revival and a sort of deliverance for the one who makes the jump. Doesn't that make sense? It must be more like a homecoming than a going to work, at least for me, at least if I'm going to stick it out. If God is, in fact, like a spring of life, a fountain of revival, and he says that he is, then all I have to offer him is my thirst. I can do that. The best way to glorify my mountain spring is to get to it as often as I need or want or for any reason to drink and to be satisfied. And once I arrive at the spring, I'm not going to try to dazzle the water. You are water. You're cool water and refreshing water. I'm not going to try to impress it with praise and thanksgiving as if the water doesn't know how good it is and that it's just what I needed or like it wasn't designed for that. Or if I don't do all that, like it's going to remove itself or dry up. You know what you're supposed to do with water. What? Drink. That's what you do with water. It's made for us. It would be foolish to drag water from the desert flatlands up to the spring there to pour it in, hoping to make something more of it, or hoping to redirect it, make it go somewhere else, or to make it look better or different. Prayer is then bringing to God my thirst for him, my longing for him. And the way to please the mountain spring, the way to please God is to come to him to get and not to give, to drink and not to water. Every time I approach the spring, it is because I've found its water to be everything I need. That's how God is glorified by me. I believe he is who he says he is, and my efforts related to wanting him and finding him is how the spring of living water now in me bubbles up as his satisfying life. That's how he's planned it. That's how it works. So whatever it is that makes me thirsty, and there are a lot of things, frustration, chaos, futility, lust, covetousness, hopelessness, envy, weakness, arrogance, pride, anger, unbelief, the government, and gas prices. I want to be quicker to head for water. And since he now lives in me, and I suspect he lives in you, since the spring of water is so close, I can easily and quietly, silently turn my thoughts toward him in the confident hope that satisfaction and water wait for me. Anything, literally anything that surfaces my need is the avenue toward that spring. It's the opportunity to drink. My satisfaction and his glory through meeting the need, well, that's the result. You and I are set up for this. So if prayer is about drinking, have one on me. Make it a big one. See you later.